Hi everyone, welcome back to TechLab YouTube channel. In this section, I'm going to configure DHCP failover. The DHCP failover is a feature that enables two Microsoft DHCP server to share services availability information with each other, providing DHCP high availability. Works by replicating IP address leases and setting in one or more DHCP scope from primary DHCP server to failover partner server. Let's configure the DHCP failover. I'm gonna open the server manager, click on tools and select DHCP. And here you can see IPv4, the scope I have already created. So we have a member server, and this is the failover server. This is the IP address of the failover server. So in this server, we have not installed the DHCP. I'm going to install. Click on server manager, select add roles and features, and click next. Next. Here you can select DHCP server and select add features, and next again, and next, continue next, and restart the destination server automatically if required. Confirm yes, and finally install. And please wait until the installation complete. And the installation has been completed. Complete DHCP config, and then authorizing the DHCP, click on commit. Now here you can see the creating security groups done. Okay, and click close button and close again, and click on tools and select DHCP. And now you can see here in the server not created any scope. Once configure domain controller, the automatically everything transferred to the failover. I'm going back to the domain controller, and then I'm going to configure the failover. Right click on the scope and click on configure failover. We have only one scope, so if you have more you can select. Click on next, and here specify the partner server to use for failover. Select add server and browse. Click on advanced and find, select failover, then click OK. Now the partner server IP address is automatically detected. Click next. Then the relationship name is our domain controller master.techlab.local, and the second server failover is assigned automatically IP address. And the maximum client lead time default 1 hour I'm going to assign. If you want you can change. And the load balance percentage is domain controller 50% and the partner server is 50%. Switch over interval 60 minutes. Share secret. Enter the secret and click on next and finish. Now everything is successful here. Then I'm going back to the failover server and refresh and expand IPv4. And now you can see the IP scope is synced with the failover server, and also you can manage DHCP scope in the server. I'm gonna right click on DHCP and add a server. Click on browse, click on advanced and find now, and select failover and click OK and OK again. Now the failover DHCP listed here. You can see the failover IP address is there. I'm going to expand and expand the IPv4. The scope is visible in failover server, and we need to test DHCP failover is working properly or not. In this case, I'm going to select the address leases. 150 is already there, and select the failover. I'm going to expand that and select the address leases. There also is visible our client computer. Okay, so Now I'm going back to the client computer to test how it's working. Okay, and this is our client computer. Open the run and type cmt and type here ipconfig and hit enter, and the static IP address is already there. Okay, I'm going to open the network and sharing center ncpa.cpl and hit enter, and right click on network port and select properties, double click on IPv4, select the obtain IP address automatically, and the preferred DNS also I'm going to select automatically and click OK. So type ipconfig and hit enter. Again the 150 range is there. I'm going to release and type the second command ipconfig space / all and hit enter. Now here you can see our failover server is running right now. I'm going back to the domain controller to stop DHCP failover. Then we can check again which failover is running on the client computer. Right click on the failover.techlob.local, select all tasks, stop service. Okay, now you can see the DHCP server is going to run the domain controller server. Then again I'm going to type ipconfig and space /release and hit enter. Then again type ipconfig space / renew, then hit enter. Then type again ipconfig space / all and hit enter again. And now you can see the DHCP server is running on our domain controller. We have successfully configured. The other things, I'm going to the domain controller. So you can see on the failover, the reservation is getting disabled because failover is not running. That's why this reservation is showing disabled. Okay, and select our domain controller DHCP. Right click on scope, and now you can see failover server is still stopped. So now I'm going to restart the failover DHCP and right click on the server and select all tasks and click on start. And now the service is restarted on failover. And the other things, I'm going to select our domain controller DHCP, right click on the display statics, and here you can see the scope statics, the addresses available this server pool 50% and the partner server pool 50%. And when you right click on this scope, there is a replicate scope. When you click, and here you can see the configuration scope is already synced with the partner server, the IP address of 131. And the other things, right click on the IPv4 and select properties, click on the failover. You can see here the both server, which is domain controller, and the second partner server. When you click on edit, you can see the details we have already created. This is the secret key and the state switchover interval. Okay, the maximum client lead time is 1 hour and the load balance is 50/50, and these are the informations is available. When you click on advanced, this is the DHCP backup location. Anytime you can browse and restore. If you want, you can take a copy of this. And also I'm going to create one more scope and we can check whether the failover is reflecting or not the scope. Okay, so I'm going to select the domain controller DHCP and right click on IPv4 and create a scope and click next, and the name of scope office _ number 2 and click next, and the starting IP address is 192.168.50. Then The end IP address is 192.168.50.100 and the subnet mask is 255.0. okay, line 24, and click next. And the add exclusion and delay, let me skip this option. Lease durations default I'm gonna select. If you want, you can change the days, hour, minutes, okay, how long the lease duration you needed. So click on next. And as I wanted to configure this option now, click next again. And the router default gateway is 192.168.60.2 is the gateway. So click next. And the domain name and DNS server, I'm gonna type my server name, master, and resolve. Already the same IP address is there, so I'm gonna remove one and add. Now it's validating completed. Click next. And the Win servers, I'm gonna repeat master and resolve and add, and click next and select first option. Yes, I wanted to activate this scope now, and click next and finally finish. Okay, now the 60.0 and the 50.0 scope is there, so still the failover is not yet reflected. Right click on the scope 50.0 and click on configure failover. Select the scope because we have already created the 60.0 scope, the listed scope right now 50.0, and click on next. And here you need to specify the failover server. So the IP address is 192.168.60.131, or else you can click on add server and select authorized DHCP server, then click on failover the 60.131 IP address and click OK. And the partner server is selected, and click on this reuse existing failover relationship configured with this server if any exist. I'm gonna click that and next again. On this window you can see here the relationship name is selected, both server master.techlob.local, and the failover IP address is selected 60.131, and the maximum client lead 1 hour and load balancing mode, and the switchover interval 60 minutes, and the load balancing percentage is 50-50. Click next and finish. Now you can see all successful. Click on close. And now I'm going back to the failover server. As you can see here, 50.0 scope is reflected on the failover server. So the scope is syncing with the failover server. On this failover not reflecting on the monitor side, right click on failover and select all tasks and then restart. We can check whether it's working or not. Yes, now here also is listed here failover scope. So successfully we have done this. It's working properly. These are the way how to configure the DHCP failover.